Hello everyone, I Satish Kumar, lecturer in English in Surya School, Mahendragarh. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on the topic speech writing. You know very well that what is a speech writing? A speech is a direct mode of communication. It is prepared to express one's views in an organized form on given topic. It must attract the attention of the audience. It may be formal or informal. Okay, now I am going to write the definition on the board. Look at the board. A speech is a direct mode of communication. Okay, it is prepared to express one's views in an organized form on given topic. It must attract the attention of the audience. It may be formal or informal. This is the definition of speech writing. A speech is a direct mode of communication. It is prepared to express one's views in an organized form on given topic. It must attract the attention of the audience. It may be formal or informal. Okay, after the definition of speech writing, now I am going to tell you about some useful tips for speech writing. Okay, what are the useful tips for speech writing? Now I am going to write some useful tips for speech writing. Look at the board. Some useful tips for speech writing. A speech begins with formal address to the chief guest, the speaker, the fellow speakers, and audience. Okay, the speech begins with catchy introduction. It may be supported by it may be supported by It may be supported by a thought-provoking question or quotation. Okay. Speech will contain supporting data to make it credible and interesting. Okay. After it, originality of ideas, powerful language and humor are allowed. Abbreviations, vague quotations, and numbers should be avoided. Okay. Speech must conclude on positive note with hope, warning, and suggestions, followed by thank you. Okay, these are some useful tips for speech writing. When we will write speech, then we should use these tips for speech writing. Okay, first of all, a speech begins with formal address to the chief guest, the fellow speakers, and audience. The speech begins with catchy introduction. It may be supported by a thought-provoking question or quotation. The speech will contain supporting data to make it credible and interesting. After it, originality of ideas, powerful language, and humor are allowed. Abbreviations, vague quotations, and numbers should be avoided. Okay, at the end of speech, the speech must conclude on positive note with hope, warning, and suggestions, followed by thank you. Okay, these are some useful tips for speech writing. When we will write speech, then we should follow these tips for speech writing. Okay, now I am going to tell you about what is the structure of speech writing. What is the structure of speech writing? Structure of speech writing. First of all, you should mention word speech in capital with black pen. After it, You should leave two lines between speech and word title. You should mention title in capital with black pen. Okay, you should mention the title which is given in the question. After that, you should leave one line between title and introduction of the speech. You always try to write speech with formal address like respected principal, worthy teachers, and dear friends. Today I am going to deliver a speech on the topic. After that, you should mention colon and you should write topic here. You should write the topic which is given in the question. Okay. After that, you should start your speech. You should make 3 paragraphs. You should leave one line between first and second paragraph. You should leave one line between second and third paragraph. After third paragraph, you should leave one line between third paragraph and word thank you with exclamatory mark. You should also highlight this word with black pen. Okay. I have already told you that when you will write speech, then you should follow some useful tips for speech writing. First tip was you should begin your speech with formal address to the chief guest, fellow speaker, and the audience. Okay. After that, your speech should begin with catchy introduction. It may be followed by a thought-provoking question or quotation. After that, the speech will contain supporting data which help to make the speech credible and interesting. Okay. At the end of the speech must conclude on positive note with hope, suggestion, and followed by thank you. Okay. This is the structure of speech writing. Okay, now after the structure of speech writing, I am going to tell you about the latest marking scheme of speech writing. What is the latest marking scheme for speech writing? New marking scheme for speech writing. Now speech is of 5 marks. Okay. These marks are divided into 3 parts. First part is format. Second part is content. Third part is expression. Now format is of 1 mark, content is of 2 marks, and expression is also of 2 marks. Total 5 marks. Okay. If you want to get 5 out of 5, then you should follow all the useful tips which I have just told you. Okay. In today's lecture, I have told you about the definition of speech writing, some useful tips for speech writing, structure of speech writing, and marking scheme latest marking scheme for speech writing. That's all for today. Thanks and have a nice day. Okay.